Rose with PsychicFuture.com, and this is your horoscope for the 1st to the 7th of October. So following on from last week's video where we were talking about this balance that we've got going on, so we've been looking at our relationships and figuring out what we can learn about ourselves from the other person or how we see the other person. So now this week is going to kind of hone in on that even more, because we've got two things happening. So we've got Pluto is going direct. So Pluto has been in retrograde for a while now, and it's probably felt a little bit like everybody's been needing to transform in some way, or to change the direction that they're going in, or to like do something that is out of character, but they're kind of being held back and blocked by it. So now that this is happening on Monday, it's going to allow us to move forwards with these changes that we've kind of known that we need to be doing, but we haven't been able to put into place yet. So this can materialise in any aspect of your life. It might be like in your relationship, in your job, in your projects, personal hobbies and these kind of things, like learning new things, or even just your self-development. You might have felt like you really need to move forwards with something and you really need to change something, and you're kind of saying to the universe, hey, I've got my hands, I've got my arms open wide right here, I'm ready to surrender and accept what you've got for me, but it's just not coming yet. So if that has been the case, then Pluto going direct is going to really help with that, and it's going to kind of open the floodgates for us for transformation. So then the other one is we have got Venus is going retrograde. So you're probably going to go, oh my god, not another retrograde, I can't take it. But don't worry too much, because actually Venus retrograde is not quite as intense as Mercury retrograde. And what it's going to do is it's going to make us slow down a little bit and really focus on our relationships. In particular, any of the relationships that aren't quite serving us yet and that maybe need to have a little bit of extra TLC put into them. Maybe you need to take a step back from some people. Maybe you need to kind of set your boundaries a little bit tighter with some people. It's basically just going to cause you to really look closely at any of your relationships, romantic, friends, family, colleagues, anybody that you relate to, and just think about what is good and what is bad and what maybe needs a little bit of adjusting. And in particular for you, Aries, it might be an idea, because you have this relationship aspect to your sign anyway, because you've got Aries is 1, Libra is 7. This is the axis of relating. So Libra is all about relationships and Aries is all about the self and the identity. And we are in the first week of October, so we've got this 1 and 7 theme going on. There's going to be a real bigger transformation for you within your relationships, and in particular you're going to need to focus on your autonomy within a relationship. So how much independence you have from the other person, how much independence you want to have from the other person, and perhaps even how much you let them have an independence as well. So it's going to be teaching you how to be an individual person within a kind of couple, or within a friendship, or within a family. And you might find that there are a few lessons coming up this week for you, and if you do find that, try not to reject them and go, oh, this is so annoying, I've had an argument with my partner, or I've done fallen out with my friend, or I've just felt annoyed by people. Just, this is all part of it, this is all part of the process. So just really notice how you feel in these instances and try and find out what's going on underneath the surface. So I've got some tarot cards here for you, and instead of doing like a general card, let's do one for your relationships, considering that is the theme for this week. So let's have some relationship advice for Aries for the week. We have got, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you've got some changes on the horizon within your relationships. So it doesn't have to mean that things are going to change drastically. Like if you're looking at this and thinking, oh my god, but I don't want my partner to leave me, or my friends to decide that they want to be hanging out with someone else. It's not quite big drastic changes like this. It's more like a change of mindset, a change of view, how you see your relationships. And actually, like what I was saying before with this Venus retrograde, it's going to cause you to really take a look and step back, and because everything is feeling different, to be like, oh, okay, so if that's how I was feeling before and this is how I feel now, then like which is better for me? Is it Is it more beneficial for me to think in this new mindset? You know, do I need to change some aspect of my relationships, like the dynamics within them, how I relate to other people, how they relate to me, how they treat me? Like, what needs to change? What needs to shift in your relationship? So yeah, good luck with that. Hopefully it is all for the good. I mean, it is all long term anyway, don't worry. Yeah, and check back for next week's video. Much love.